Good morning, children. Today we are going to begin with the new chapter in history, that is, chapter number 12, Progression of the Empire. If we try to get understand with the word progression, that means how did the Marathas had progressed in these many years by capturing different regions in India and how its supremacy continued. So today we are going to see that how Marathas and the other Maratha Sardars had worked hard to continue with the work of Swaraj. So let's begin with the chapter and see which all points we are going to cover in this video. So we are going to see about the Holkars of Indore and the Bhosles of Nagpur and who all rulers or who all Maratha Sardar soldiers were there in these particular regions and try to establish the supremacy of the Maratha kingdom. So let's begin with the explanation and see each point in detail that what information it is providing us. If we just take a review and think in our memory when we started with the first chapter, we have studied what all things that how Maharashtra was there before the time of Shivaji Maharaj, which different saints came in India, that is in Maharashtra, and how they spread the knowledge, the values among people, creating awareness in the society related to equality and no caste discrimination should be there in the society as well. We have also studied about the Maratha power and its expansion in different regions, right from the foundation of Swaraj till the expansion of its empire. In this chapter, we are going to study a brief about different Maratha Sardars and their families who gave their valuable contribution. That is, through their contribution, how they tried to spread the Maratha kingdom in different regions, especially in the northern part of India. Beginning with the first one, that is the Marathas family who had contributed towards the upliftment of Marathas and its supremacy. So, it was the Holkars of Indore. Mallarao Holkar was the founder of the Holkar rule at Indore. He served the Maratha state for a long time. Till the end of his life, he had worked for the supremacy of Maratha kingdom. He was well versed in guerrilla warfare. That means he was a good instructor as well as used to organize the army in a better way. As per his knowledge, enemies should be treated accordingly what they deserve. So he thought that Maratha supremacy should also be spread in different parts of India, especially towards the north. He tried to prove his bravery in the northern campaign of the Marathas at the time of Bajirao I and Nana Saheb Peshwa. During their time, he was the one who tried to uplift the Maratha kingdom. He was instrumental in establishing the Maratha supremacy in Malwa and Rajputana regions towards the north. Rao Holkar had dedicated his life towards the Maratha kingdom. He had proved that how he had helped Peshwa Madhavrao in reviving the Marathas' prestige in the north after the defeat at Panipat. That means we know that when there was a battle between Abdalis and Marathas, Abdali won the battle, defeating the Marathas in this battle. That was a great loss for both the regions and for both the enemies as well. But ultimately, what was the solution? To move on with that. And then, after this battle, Marathas had spread their powers towards the north. So, here Mallarao Holkar had helped Peshwa Madhavrao in capturing the regions of north. Punya Shlok Ahilyabai Holkar was the wife of Khanderao and Khanderao was the son of Mallarao Holkar. My dear children, if you see on just take an example, or it's not an example actually, but if you see a program is coming on TV channel that is on Sony, in which they are showing about the life of Ahilyabai Holkar, right from her childhood uh, till what she had done in her life. This is just the beginning of the program, so you can have a review of that and you'll get an idea about the characters, how they are working. So Khanderao died in the Battle of Kumbhari. And after hearing this news, Mallarao Holkar also passed away after few days. Now completely the responsibility was on the shoulder of Ahilyabai Holkar. Ahilyabai Holkar took charge of Indore administration and she looked after each and every matter of the kingdom, providing equality in the kingdom. And everyone should get each and every provision. So, what all facilities she has provided to the people in her kingdom? Let's see that also. First of all, beginning with her qualities, that what all qualities she owe. She was a capable, astute, and excellent administrator. That means she was educated and she was a good observer, a keen observer, and an excellent administrator means she was capable in taking decisions in favor of her kingdom. Even she had made certain laws and provided facilities as well. She had made new laws for agricultural seas as well as for revenue collection and put the affairs of the state in order, providing equality in the state as well as providing each and every facility to people related to farming, revenue collection, and many more things. She even had took initiative to bring more and more land under cultivation so that farming should be given emphasis, farmers should get to earn their livelihood as well. Even digging wells for farmers so that the grain should get proper amount of water and crop should be grown in a better way, so that if a higher yield of production will be there, farmers can earn their livelihood in a easier way. Even she had promoted trade and industry. She had built many lakes and tanks providing water facilities as well. Some more facilities she has provided to her kingdom. That means she had built many temples, ghats, mats, dharmashalas, and even providing facilities for drinking water at all important places of pilgrimage. That means where pilgrimages are there, at that places she had provided the facilities of drinking water in all the four quarters of India. That means towards north, south, east, and west. And this effort of her is so important to bring cultural integration of the country. That means to give more emphasis for culture and traditions that have been followed from past from our ancestors. So she took initiative to continue that and establish this particular rule everywhere. That means culture and tradition should be given utmost importance. Even she had looked after the judicial matters, providing equality and justice in the society, and she would personally took initiative to look after these matters and dispense justice for whatever it was wrong. She was very generous, kind, a talented, a good-hearted, calm, patient person. And with these qualities, she continued to work for Maratha supremacy. Until the end of her life, she had continued this good work. Ahilyabai Holkar had a great love for books. She liked to read and enhance her knowledge in reading. Even she liked to read the books related to justice and continued her work in providing justice in a better way. She had ruled over Maratha territories in the north near about 28 years. And in this period, she continued to spread Maratha supremacy in many other regions as well. She had tried to bring peace and order in her kingdom and providing a happy and safe life to her people in the kingdom. Yashwantrao Holkar, son of Tukoji Rao Holkar, had tried to save Maratha kingdom when it was about to decline because of the enemy's attack. Moving on to the next Marathas family who contributed for the upliftment for the supremacy of Marathas is the Bhosles of Nagpur. Parsoji, who was the son of Raghoji Bhosle II, was given the Jagir of Varad and Gondwana during the reign of Shahu Maharaj. That means in his period, Parsoji was given the Jagir, the work to look after Varad and Gondwana region. Now, among the Bhosles of Nagpur, Raghoji was the bravest and the most capable Maratha Sardar, and he used to look after the work of Marathas. He brought the areas surrounding Tiruchirappalli and Arcot in the south under the Marathas' dominance. That means these two regions are present towards the south. You can see in the slide that the regions are mentioned in the map. It is towards the south part of India. So what he did? He brought these regions under the Maratha power, under the rules of Marathas. Shahu Maharaj had appointed Raghoji Bhosle to look after the regions of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Even he was allotted with the duty to collect Chothai rights. Chothai rights we have studied earlier, that is 1/4 part of the taxes or revenue. So Raghoji Bhosle used to collect this 1/4 part of taxes and revenue from the regions that were given to him, that is Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. So what he did, he brought these regions under the control of Maratha kingdom, and these regions were being looked by the Marathas. In 1751 CE, the Bhosles of Nagpur won the territory that was present in Odisha and was being ruled by Alivardi Khan. That means there was a battle between Alivardi Khan and Maratha Sardars, and in this battle Alivardi Khan was defeated and the Odisha territory came under the control of Marathas. Till 1803 CE, Marathas dominated Odisha. That means till this period, Odisha was under the control of Marathas. Right from 1751 CE to 1803 CE, Marathas looked after the region of Odisha, and that was under the control of Maratha powers. Do you know? Now here it is given the information about the Maratha ditch. Now, what is ditch? A ditch is a narrow channel that is dug at the side of a road or a field, and it has been used to carry or to hold water. If we see in fields nowadays, also we see that there are small channels wherein the fields, the farms can be given, the crops can be given water through these channels. It has been connected to the water outlets, maybe a tap or small water tank, and to provide water to the crops, these channels have been built. So this was a Maratha ditch. For what purpose this Maratha ditch was being made, or what is the reason behind that? So let's see. Now the British at Kolkata, when they were leaving, they were having fear with the Bhosles of Nagpur. That means they had heard about their valor, their bravery, and this was a threat to the Britishers. So to protect the city, what they decided, that is the city of Kolkata. So what they decided? They decided that they would make a ditch so that the Marathas, whatever they are going to think to attack, so that attack could be protected. So they dig a ditch around the city to protect themselves from the Maratha attack. And that ditch came to be known as the Maratha ditch. That means a ditch was being made to protect themselves from the attack of the Marathas. So my dear children, in this part of the video, we have seen the contribution of two Maratha families who had worked hard till the end of their life to protect the Maratha kingdom and spread its supremacy in different parts of the India. So we have studied about the Holkars and we have studied about the Bhosles. Now one more family, that is Maratha family, is remaining, that is the Shindes of Gwalior. That we are going to study in the next video. Keep reading the lesson. It will be easier for you to understand the explanation part in a better way. And forming this habit will improvise your English as well as and will be able to understand it in a better way. So my dear children, read lesson up till where it is taught every day in the video whenever the videos have been uploaded, so that your understanding could be developed related to the subject in a better way. Thank you for watching the video. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.